Hello and welcome to the channel. In today's video we'll be showing you how we created a fish tank and kept fish in our backyard, from baby fish or fingerlings until they were big enough to be processed. I hope you will enjoy, and if you do enjoy, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also share the videos. It will help the channel grow. Our fish journey began when we loved the idea of having a big fish tank in our backyard. We also love the idea of an aquaponics garden. This is a garden that grows plants with water, and in this case the fish waste will be the nutrients to the plants. Without spoiling the fun, in the next clips we'll show you how we actually built this tank, how we grew some plants through this system of aquaponics, the challenges we faced in keeping the fish alive, and the whole journey we'll be showing you in the next clips. Our first step was to attend a fish farming workshop which was around Johannesburg. This helped us understand a lot about fish and fish types and the appropriate environment for fish.
On the other side, this model. Okay. Yeah, but they're breathing as well, yeah. Actually, the fish can start to...
It was a very exciting session as we learned a lot about breeds, and also it helped us decide on which breed we could take or we could try and raise in our backyard.
This was in here for 5 years. Yeah, this is the thing, yeah.
5 years.
How long can you keep them?
We also learned on how to set up the filters and also how many filters were needed. We were also shown of the types of tanks that you can use to keep the fish, and also the type of food that promotes growth. It was an insightful session. There were also other people who came all the way from Zambia for this. Right, our next step was starting to build. We already had a plan on how we wanted it to look like. We started with the hydroponics beds. This is where our vegetables will be floating in water, consuming the waste from the fish. Unfortunately, we lost the footage when the plumbing was done to facilitate the movement of water from the beds to the fish tank to the other bed, which is on the left side. Eventually the fish tank was done. After waterproofing and tiling, we were so excited to add our first water in the fish tank. At the same time, we were also testing if the water flow was working as planned. It seems everything was working as planned. We also needed to test for leaks. It was now a waiting game.
Just busy filling up fish tank. But yes, some beds for aquaponics to be growing plants floating in water. So how the system is gonna work is I've got a hot tank right here, which is about 400 liters. So I just left the opening there to access, and there's a pump in there, pumps water, which comes this way, okay, this way, and then it splits into two. One goes to feed this bed, other one goes the other direction, feeds this bed, then it goes into there. There's a drainage, goes all the way back to the tank. Here also drains back to the tank. So the water supply also goes this way, goes up into the tank. Okay, and there's a bottom drain on the tank, goes back up, drains down back into the sump. So I only get to use one pump to supply everything, and the bottom drain goes back into there. So I also put in air supply. Okay, so I'm gonna need to pump air into this bed, that bed, and the fish tank as well. So yeah, that's the plan.
Now that the fish tank was ready, we were also ready to bring some fish home. So we went to the local shops just to check if there's any fish we'd like to get, and unfortunately they were too expensive.
Wow, there's a bunch of fish. Let me tell you, Daddy, I'm gonna call this fish Goldie.
Are you? Why?
Because Goldie is a goldfish that live in a tank.
You sure?
And so we went back to that fish farm where we had that workshop, and we bought the fingerlings there. They were quite very affordable. And we also got the breed type that we were looking for. We were so excited to have the fish home. The only challenge that we faced was the tank, which started to leak, but we managed to fix the problem. At that moment, the fish could not stay in the tank, and we placed them in the beds.
I think it's not leaking anymore. Got some fish in here. This aquaponic bed. This is the filter, just a makeshift filter which I made, just to keep the fish good. Okay, I've got 2 air stones running in there. Check. Shy, but there's about 30 fish in it, so I'll be moving them over to the tank. It's about 1,000 liters, so it seems like the tank is holding up. I had a few months trying to fix this tank. Okay, so far so good. Wow, that's the second bed. Gonna destroy this bed, just make it a normal bed for vegetables. But I'm gonna make this one an aquaponic DWC system. Okay, Veggies doing quite. That's all I had. Looks pretty nice.
The fish looked so happy and healthy in those beds. The floating vegetables also seemed to be doing okay. That bubbling that you're seeing was just to provide more air in the water for the fish, in case they were not receiving enough. As the time went by, the fish grew very big, and it was time that we put them in the fish tank, and we did, and they really looked so happy, and they loved it being in the tank. We added the water hyacinth plants on top from a local dam just to give it a more natural look for the fish. Everything was going well. The fish tank was not leaking. It was just a dream come true. Until the water color started changing.
Like the water is a little bit too yellow. Don't know if it's normal or the color of the water is just too yellow. Might need to run some tests and see how best I can fix it. So I need to do some water tests, quality tests.
Regardless, we kept going. The kids loved the fish pond. It was quite a nice sight to see, even though the water kept turning darker. It was heartbreaking to see the water color change so fast. At first we thought it was the waste from the fish, but we used to clean the filter and the tank almost after every 2 days. And also the portions of food we would put just as prescribed by the supplier. The fish kept growing regardless, so this made us happy, but at the same time we wished the water was more clear, and we kept on cleaning up the tank as usual. And then one day we realized something was wrong with one of the fish.
See, there's one fish that's sick. Looks like it's got some funny fur or something. See that one there? Let me just zoom.
And unfortunately the fish did not make it. We ended up separating the sequence for treatment. And unfortunately we lost another fish. After a week we ended up losing 2 more, and this is how big they were. That's how big they had grown. And oh, this was so heartbreaking. We were so looking forward to it. Thankfully we had a lot more fish that survived. Due to the cold weather challenges, we ended up harvesting all our fish and we ended up processing them. This is how some of the fish looked like, and in overall it was an exciting and yet challenging journey, but it was all worth it. If you like this video, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and also don't forget to share. See you in the next video. See you in the next video.